Hi, I'm Erin with Body of Light Studio, and today I'm tired. So instead of taking a nap, I'm going to do a gentle yoga flow to see if I can wake myself up so I can finish the day. Let's start in a child's pose. I'm going to use two blocks with the feet together, knees pretty wide apart. One block will go long ways on the medium setting under the sternum, the other, same setting, under the forehead. So you'll sit back into your child's pose, position your blocks, rest your head, and rest your arms. If your pelvis is not touching your heels, you can place a block between your pelvis and your feet so that there's no space underneath the pelvis. And with your head resting heavily on the block, your sternum releasing into the block, you take deep inhales through your nose and exhale. Every time you inhale, imagine that your spine could widen. And with every exhale, settle your bones more completely down into the support of the ground underneath you, of the props underneath you. And I've already gained some length in the spine here, so I'm going to move the block under my forehead a little bit farther forward. Inhaling, the vertebra widen, the ribs widen. Exhaling, the bones release. Even imagining that your lumbar vertebra and your sacrum could widen as you inhale. Allow the eyes to deepen into their sockets. And for the last moments here, let's do a scan from your skull, down your spine, behind the throat, behind the heart, all the way down behind the organs of digestion, into the sacrum. Notice if there's anywhere that you're gripping. Can you let go of that unconsciously held tension? I'm going to inch my block under my head a little farther forward. I think I've gained about an inch of length in the spine after these few short minutes of being here. And then you can rock your head to the side, to one side, and then the other, massaging the forehead, the brow on the block underneath your head. Feeling the breath flow. Allowing the body to fully release down into the ground, into the support of your props and the floor underneath you. And let your head come back to center, stretch your arms, and starting from your tailbone, you'll curl up into a cat, rounding the spine, letting the head hang. Unfurl into a cow, you'll lift the tail, roll the collarbones up, and then tail drags you back to a child's pose. Big toes together, head and heart rest on the blocks. We'll do that a couple more times. The tail curls forward, the head stays on the block as long as it can. You unfurl into a cow, take a breath in. And as you exhale, the pelvis drags you back into a child's pose. Rest your heart. Rest your head. Tail curls, you roll towards your hairline, and then the head floats off of the block as it dangles down. Inhale into cow. Exhale to child's pose. We'll do that like 3 or 4 more times on your own. Tail curling forward, really letting the head be the last thing to lift so it just drops off the spine. Coordinating your breath with your movement, moving slowly as if you are moving through thick caramel. Inhaling as you unfurl the spine and exhaling as you slide back. And you'll finish the last round of this undulating wave through the spine. And one more time, rest on your blocks. Arms release down. And then you'll come up onto your hands and your knees. Maybe you want your hands on your blocks for this one. You're going to tuck your toes and come into a squat position. So in this position, let's try to get our elbows, or not our elbows, our armpits right over the knees. My feet are parallel. You could have your feet turning slightly outwards. You really want to snuggle those knees up into your armpits. Again, you could have blocks underneath your hands. If your feet are not grounded, if your heels are lifting off of the ground, you can put a blanket or a pillow underneath your heels. So it would be like you're wearing little high-heeled shoes. But you really want your heels to be fully weighted and down, even if it means there's some height under your heels from the blanket or the block, or the pillow rather. And then you're going to lengthen your legs, lengthen your sternum forward. Take an inhale, lift the tops of the knees up, and you'll exhale into a squat. Inhale, stretch the legs, lengthen the front of the spine forward as you lengthen the tail back, and back into a squat. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, stretch the legs, grow the crown of the head, draw the shoulders down the back to the pelvis, and exhale to squat, keeping the feet grounded the whole time. Inhale to lengthen, and exhaling to squat. All right, this time you're going to lengthen the spine, lengthen the legs. Inhale, and now fold over your legs, release your hands maybe down to the ground, or take your hands back, but you could also take your blocks back, and you want to turn your palms to face down and your fingers backwards. Now you're going to bend your knees, aiming the knees again into the armpits. Inhale. And as you exhale, push the hands down, press the heels down. Inhale to bend, the knees tap the armpits. And exhale, hands press into the ground, feet push into the ground. Let your head hang. 2 more like that. Inhaling to bend, letting the spine round and the head release. The shoulders are moving up the back to your pelvis. Exhale, press. Last time, inhaling to bend. And exhale to press. This time you'll bend your knees, roll all the way up to stand. 1 vertebra at a time. You can sweep the arms wide out and up to the ceiling. Inhale. And hands down by your sides. You'll interlace your fingers, have your right pointer finger on top, flip your palms and reach the arms up, taking the sides of the navel and the waist back, anchoring the tail down. Let your shoulders crawl up towards your ears, get long through the sides of your body, and then just let the shoulders release down, keeping the arms straight. Bring your hands down, switch the interlacing of your hands so the other pointer finger thumb will be on top. Again, flip. And as you take the arms up, rotate your triceps forward. Notice, are you letting the ribs pop forward? You want to anchor the tail down, take the sides of the waist back, and grow nice and tall. You can look up and look down. Let's do that one more time, lifting the gaze. Lifting the pubic bone, maybe even back bending a little bit, and gazing down. Stretch the arms up, release the hands, inhale, and hands down by your sides. You'll again reach the arms up to the ceiling, inhale,
And this time you'll roll down one vertebra at a time. It's like you're leaping up and over a gate to roll down. Head is nice and heavy. Neck is loose. The arms are swaying as you go.
And once you reach the ground, you can bend your knees if you need to. You'll walk yourself out to a plank position. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Press your pelvis back. Inhale forward to plank, lengthening the tail, scooping the pubic bone up towards the rib cage. And exhale, press back. Inhale to reach forward. Exhale, press back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, plank. And this time, lower the knees, untuck the toes, and again, rest in child's pose. In the child's pose, you're gonna walk your hands way over to the left. You can bend your left arm and use your left hand to push down and forward so your right sitting bone stays grounded. Grow longer through your right side. Really reach the right fingertips away from you. You might even be able to walk them farther away. Take a breath in and out. And then we'll walk through center and over to the right side. Your right arm is bent. Your right hand is pushing down to the ground and away from you to root your left sitting bone back to your left heel. You're bowing the ribs to the left. You're shortening the right side of the spine, lengthening the left side. Maybe walk those left fingertips a little bit farther away from you. Take an inhale into your left ribs. And exhale. You'll walk yourself back to center. And we'll come up onto our hands and knees again. Tuck your toes and press yourself back into a downward facing dog. Bend the knees, rotate your triceps to face back, release your skull, and press your pelvis back and up. And maybe you can straighten the legs and reach the heels down towards the ground. You'll roll forward to a plank position, tailbone tipping towards the heels, pubic bone lifting, and you'll lower all the way down onto your belly. Rest your forehead, roll the shoulders back, lengthen the tail, take an inhale. Exhale, draw the sides of the navel in, lengthen your head and heart forward and up into a cobra. Pause here. Rolling the shoulders back, long through the tailbone, wide through the sitting bones. Notice, are you squeezing your butt? The glutes will work, but you want the sitting bones to stay open away from the tail. Reach the legs back, take an inhale, and on your exhale, press up onto your hands and your knees, and again into downward facing dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Tailbone curls forward, inhale into a plank. And on your exhale, you'll lower all the way down. You can lower your knees or one straight line to the ground. Lengthen the toes, roll the shoulders back, inhale into a cobra. And exhale, press up onto hands and knees and into downward facing dog. Moving slowly and easily, inhale to roll forward seamlessly. Lowering the knees or straight line all the way to the ground. Lengthening the tailbone, drawing the navel in, cobra as you inhale. And press back into downward facing dog. This time we'll inhale to plank. Lower the knees to the ground. Come up onto your fingertips, reach your right arm up to the ceiling, take an inhale, and on your exhale, you'll twist to your left, thread your right arm underneath your left arm, and lay the right side of your head on the ground. You could put a block underneath your head if it doesn't reach. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, twisting open to the right. And exhaling, twisting to the left. Inhale, reaching the right arm up. And exhale to twist, right arm threads. Stay here for 1 round of breath. The eyes are releasing. The breath is full. And then you'll come up onto your hands and your knees. I like to be on tented fingertips for this part. Left arm up, twist, inhale. Exhale, thread, left arm under the right, twisting to the right. Inhaling the left arm up. And try not to lean back in your head. You want to rotate straight line like you're on a spit around the spine. And twist to the left as you exhale. We'll do that 1 more time. Left arm up. Inhale. You can gaze up or down, whichever is most easeful for your neck. And thread the left arm to twist. Stay for an inhale. And exhale. Press your right hand down. Come up onto your hands and your knees. And you're going to step your right foot out to the right. I'll turn and face you so you know what I'm talking about here. Right foot out to the right. Outer edge of the foot parallel to the short end of your mat. Tuck your back toes. So your back toes are tucked under. Ankles are flexed. You're going to walk your hands forward, be on your fingertips, press back. Sit onto your left heel, take an inhale, and exhale to come forward. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, stretching the arms even farther away from the pelvis. Exhale to slide forward. 1 more, rotating the triceps back. Take an inhale. And exhale. You can flatten your palms and we'll switch sides, bending the right knee, tucking the right toes, lengthening the left leg out to the left. And you'll sit back towards your right heel. Stretch the arms forward. Take an inhale. Exhale to come forward. Inhale, maybe crawl the hands a little bit farther. You're grounding the outer left foot into the ground, outer left heel. Exhale to come forward. 1 more time, inhaling to sit back. And exhale to come forward. You can bend your left knee, knees open, toes together. Sit back into a child's pose. Rest your head. Hands under your shoulders, tip your tail down, rolling 1 vertebra at a time up to sit. Keep your eyes closed and rest your hands in your lap. Feel the width across your sternum, across the collarbones. The scapula, shoulder blades are drawing gently down the back. The bottom tips of the shoulder blades are moving forward into the back. Prayer your hands, connect your prayer to your sternum, and bow to your prayer. Release your hands down. Float your head up. Keep your eyes deep in their sockets as you float the eyelids open. Thanks for joining today. See you soon.